Let's do some best bets.
It's best bets. It's best bets. It's time for all the best bets.
It really is. Code bets, best bets for the weekend. I am looking at, obviously, a little bit of AFL. I'm going to go a couple of underdogs really quickly. Sydney over the Blues tonight, plus 13.5. I still think the Blues win. I think Sydney cover. And I have to carry my dad out on my back, having had another heart attack. And Port, this is the one that I brought up in the AFL show, plus 13.5 against Brisbane. I just think there's I feel like you hit a tipping point. We're going, oh, they definitely got to make the grand final because they never was at home. It's like, well,
That's
sometimes
me
at home. And this might be the one. I feel like Port, I don't know, there's just something with their forward line, that midfield.
They do match up well. I'll give you that.
If someone's going to do it, it could be them. So I'll take both of those. But my best bet probably for the NFL this week as well is Jacksonville minus 5.5 over the Colts and over 46.5 points. It's $3.60. It's a rookie quarterback there for the Colts, Anthony Richardson. I think they can manufacture some points still, the Colts, but Jacksonville just eventually run over the top of this pretty wobbly defense. I don't trust the Colts at all. It's weird that we have division matchups in week one. This is one of my bugbears as well when it comes to the NFL. It's like, here we go. We've got storied rivalries. It's like, bro, it's week one. Just ease it in for the first week.
Yeah.
And then we get some division rivals like week 2 and 3 when we've, it's like basically we're wandering through the desert and we've found some water. It's NFL football. You don't want to drink too much. You'll make yourself sick. It's like, come on, just take it easy. We'll have a little bit of a sip. And it's just opening the fire hydrant. It's not great. Drink from the fire hose. And away we go. So I like Jacksonville over the Colts still. And that should be a pretty interesting game. We're going to learn a lot about both those teams. The Colts probably put up a fight. Jacksonville might run over the top of them. Who knows? But I like the Jags and the over. Stats guy, before we do the donation to finish off, what have you got?
I'm going to do a bit of a rate my multi as well. I don't know if we want to press the bid again or we can just get into it. Okay. Gerald's keen on that bit. It's a good song. So I'm going to go AFLW here. My 4 best picks of the weekend. It's a bit of a tricky weekend. You got some with really big lines. I'm trying to steer clear of some of those big lines. It's only week 2, so we don't know how some of the teams are going to go. But I really like Richmond to start off with. I think Alex... Actually, I think I'll put them head-to-head. I'm going to change that. Head-to-head against Adelaide. They're paying $2.45 still. Alex tipped them earlier in the week. I think Richmond are going to be a top 4 side. They beat Brisbane last week, and they were really strong at home last year. Adelaide have just been sort of the benchmark, but they've sort of dropped off, I reckon. So I'm going to go Richmond.
Beat Port last week.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Richmond head-to-head in this one. It's a bit more aggressive, but I think the odds should be a lot closer. Then Port Adelaide plus 22.5 against Brisbane. As we mentioned, Alex and I both think that Brisbane are going to drop off this season. They're without their leading goal kicker from last year. And Port Adelaide, 7 of their 8 losses last year were less than that 22.5. Even though they finished second bottom of the ladder, they kept a lot of games close. They even had a draw. So even if they do lose this, it's going to be under that 22.5, I think. Gold Coast head-to-head against West Coast. West Coast did put up a strong fight against Freo. I don't think Freo are going to be that good. They do rely on Kiara Bowers, who they were without last week. I also think West Coast are going to be one of the worst teams. I think Gold Coast will bounce back at home here. And then Essendon head-to-head against Saints. Essendon, you got Matty Prasparkas, who's an absolute star. You got a few other stars in that midfield. And then you got the Saints, who got smashed by 40 against North. North are going to be a strong team, but Saints, I don't think they're going to be too much chop. So 4 legs there. Richmond head-to-head. Port Adelaide plus 22.5. Gold Coast head-to-head. And Essendon head-to-head is $7.36.
Oof, I like that. I'm going to give that about an 8.5. I really like it.
Okay, I'll take that.
I don't mind the Port Adelaide plus 22.5 as well.
Yeah, Brisbane. Yeah. Cool.
Alex,
7. I'm going to go with 7.
7. Which one are you worried about?
Port Adelaide. I just feel like they could get blown out of the water.
They'll have 1 or 2 games of the year where they could get blown out, but I don't think it's this one. Yeah.
Good job, Stats Guy. You included teams that aren't in the VFL, so therefore you won't get yelled at on the internet this week.
Someone got angry last week.
Shout out to Derek. I think that was his name.
Have a cry, Derek. All right. What about you, Alex? Is it time for everyone's favorite segment on a Friday?
Donation. This one might actually win. Donation.
Never gets old.
So good.
Absolute tune.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's start off tonight. As I've said all week, I'm super keen on getting in to win. We'll get you $135.28.
Wow.
That's
I don't like that at all because I think Newcastle are going to beat Canberra and I think Port are going to beat Brisbane. So,
Newcastle to beat Canberra. Why have I typed in the Raiders? All right, Gerald, cut that out. Newcastle to beat Canberra. Jesus Christ.
I can't believe you did that, actually. I didn't even
I was
notice.
confused and angry. And I'm
Oh,
like,
Yeah,
what?
no, oh, well, let me start again. Melbourne Storm to win, Penrith minus 9.5, Newcastle Knights to win, GWS to get the job done, Brisbane Lions to win, Too Much Caviar, Rose Hill, race 3, number 1 to win, Rose Hill, race 7, number 2, Tom Kitten a place, Moonee Valley, race 4, number 5, recommendation to win. I recommend that you listen to the second one of this, not the first one. 62-15, Tom Kitten to win is 135-28. I need to go to bed.
Nice one. What warning are you up to now? Is it 4, 5, 6?
That's funny.
Just hit another one. But
I
that's
actually
good.
didn't even notice. I was just mesmerized by the legs. Anyway, it's all good.
Crap.
This guy's like legs for days. Love it. He's a leg man. His stats
Yeah.
go.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.